2020 was just a test. 2026 is for real. We go either on a journey, which is a spiral, because the timeline is actually not a line, it's a spiral. And that's the point of life. You're going to learn a lot about life today, those that are listening to this podcast. You can either loop and repeat, or you will spiral outward. And 2020 was just a test. But what we're seeing this year is for real. People that are tuned into this today, you went through many trials and tribulations in a post-2020 world to prepare you for now. And there's also a part of society that has absolutely no clue what's about to happen. It's a very deep one today. Allen Iverson once said, "We're talking practice." Yeah. 2020 was practice. We're talking practice. Remember Allen Iverson? We're talking practice. It was just practice. Now it's the game. Now it's the game. Allen Iverson was right. He was right. There's an energy theme that we're living through right now. It's the same energy theme as 2020. We've been discussing this over the past few days. A lot of people are aware of this, and I'm going to be breaking this all down today to a fine powder. If you're new to the channel, I'm Michael. I discuss the ascension journey, psychology, and quantum shifting. And I make these lessons relevant for everyday life people because these are very deep topics. So we're no longer in practice. What did we learn? What did we learn from 2020? And it's the same energy theme. So a portion of society, they're going to take this is the real now, and some will loop. Or there will be people that spiral outward. And that was the purpose of life. Many people don't understand the purpose of life. They're asleep at the wheel. They operate as an NPC, a non-playable character. They're not operating from the heart space. They're not truthfully making free will decisions, and they're part of the matrix. And if you understand pendulums, as I've been teaching, once you understand pendulums, then you say, you know what, now I do see the matrix. Now I do understand how the NPCs operate. And it's just part of the reality that we're in. We come to terms with it. And this is where we are. Where in the past, it was literally just a test. And what a test it was. These were the training grounds, the proving grounds that God has put us through. It was not an easy journey, those that are tuned into this message. I know, we all went through it. So after that pivotal moment in 2020, we had this upgrade that we all went through. The lessons, the education we had to actually learn. We learned through real life evidence, not from listening to schmucks on the TV. How you doing? Right? I saw it on TV. Okay. And if you are new, I broke this down in a podcast about 2021, 2023, and 2025. You could raise your hand in the chat, right? You had maybe those years, and then you had like a little bit of a break in between. 2021, you had certain lessons to train you, get you ready for this right now. 2023, right? Also a very potent year. And then last year, 2025, that was the actual end. You had to thoroughly shed your skin. And a lot of 25 was for you on a personal level. Right? So if you're on this podcast, you could say, you know what, Leah, last year as a free will soul, right? Because you're a free will soul, there was something specific to your everyday life that really tugged the strings in the heart space. So you had to go through that. You could find that video on the channel page. You could connect on Facebook. And what I did was I took the picture of the world famous diagram that I showed you those 3 years, and you could get that link also on Facebook. All right. This is a very pivotal moment. And when we understand the psychology of the humans, all right, and it's important. A lot of people, they woke up. There was a lot of things that were pumped out. It was over the top pumped out in 2020. A lot of you recall it. You recall it on the TV, and everywhere you turned, right? There was all this. Look at this, right? Look how scary and spookable it is. And now, there's also a similar energy that's popping up. But people are not going to really care about it. They're not going to take it seriously. Remember the boy that cried wolf? Remember that story? People won't take it seriously this time. But this stuff is for real now. And people will ask, where is it coming from? And we've been discussing it. A lot of you have been doing the research, and you know where it's going to be coming from. But where we are in the world, you can't shove things under the rug. We have to be authentic. We have to realize that there are people that learned nothing, that didn't get connected to God, that didn't get connected to themselves, and they're still operating a certain way. Soulless, edging God out, living from the ego. That's what it means, right? And some people don't want to hear it, and that's cool. It's cool, bro. But this is where we are, and a lot of people will not be able to come to terms with this year because we must move forward. And in order to move forward, the old cannot come with us, the fake. Right, so I reshared the video in the community tab. If you didn't watch it yet, right? I'm going to be referring to, if you're new to the channel, I refer to previous videos that are going to assist you if you have questions. We got all the information here waiting for you. But anything that's fake cannot make it through this quote unquote portal. You can't move forward. I learned this years ago. Prior to me stepping forward, right, and putting this out, when I was through a process of learning and expanding my and learning about this event. Many people will not see this coming. It's designed this way. They won't even see it coming. What did they say? It won't be televised. It won't be. You'll see a lot of clowns. Do you see clowns on the TV? You'll see the clowns on the TV. You won't see it on TV. You won't see it. No. I appreciate that, Melanie. It's my honor. And when you do this, Melanie, I've been sharing to the people. This is not about prestige or any. You do this for your freedom. If you ever seen that Matrix meme, when you break free, you get disrespect from a lot of the Hylics, the NPCs, right? If you are tuned into this podcast today, if you're listening intently, this part of the Matrix, when you have an original thought, when you are thinking differently, they're going to pop up in your everyday life. They're going to disrespect you. They're going to try to whatever they can. They're going to hop on one foot. They're going to do whatever they can to get you to turn back. But there's only one person that you have to battle with, the final battle. There's only one. No one else matters but this one person. This is the only one. This is how we draw the lessons. This is a very deep channel here, okay? There's only one. And the answer is the previous version of yourself. There are many people that have done the work. I've seen a lot more things in the past 6 years, right? Were you doing the inner work? Did you do the studying? And this is where free will comes into play. A lot of people are feeling these energy upgrades right now, Jessica. Very high energy. Are you feeling it? right? Well, that's my job. If I'm making you relaxed and if I make you laugh, hang on, the jokes are coming. And the truth bombs are coming in this episode today too. Yeah, if you haven't clicked the like button, I appreciate if you click the like button. It allows others to know we're live. You know, someone the other day said, I didn't get the notification. I appreciate if you hit the like button for this. Appreciate it. All right. So what we went through, those that are here, we all went through a process called that Carl Jung calls individuation. Individuation. This is it's really a biblical time period. And Carl Jung believes that Jesus Christ was the very first person that was able to successfully go through the process of individuation in the matrix. It's not easy to do because this game that we're in, it tries to hold you with limiting beliefs, not having an original thought, not living from your soul, your heart space. And people chose fear, and they continue to choose fear in a post-2020 world. And if you're here, you chose unconditional love. You chose truth. Everyone chose. And we're going to break this down in this lesson. We're going to break it down to a fine powder. You could choose fear, or you could choose unconditional love. So as we watch the real, 2026 is the real now. It's no longer practice. What was before was a test. God refines us with tests. It's part, and I'm grateful for all the tests that God has put me through, because regardless of whatever it is, did I want to go through a lot of the things that I went through in the past 6 years? No. But I rose to the occasion. And the only thing that matters in life, here it comes, newsflash, public service announcement, read all about it. The only thing that matters in life at the end is who you become. Not how fancy the car was. It was who you become, and the relationships and the experiences that you have with loved ones. In a post-2020 world, everyone's and they're still operating out of this program. They're very far away from each other. Instead of come on in for the love, right? Where's the love now? A lot of people, a lot of empaths, people that feel deeply. Do you feel deeply? You can't deal with the coldness of the NPCs, the lifelessness, the soullessness. Come on in for the love. Let's get the hearts going, right? So a lot of you are feeling this, and when it gets so intense, that's why God made it get so intense, because we don't want to break free of the matrix, loop. We don't want to break free of the matrix loop. And there are people, you did it. Individuation, you did it, kid. You get a certificate, you get the individuation certificate, because, and I share, so I share from my lens. Where I was in 2020, I had no business being the ultimate high leader of the new earth, right? That's the mindset you have to have, right? So back in 2020, I had to go through this process of individuation. God had to give me the trials and tribulations, because this is the game, and then we have to unlock the codes, and then we have to learn these things. And I didn't see a lot of these things. I'm sure a lot of you, like I saw a lot, but there was a whole kit and caboodle, the whole kit and caboodle of more stuff. So that now in the divine timing, this is the divine timing. 2026 is for real. 2020 was the trial grounds, if you will. It was a test. And some people rose to that occasion. And some people, they chose to loop again. You had 6 years. Are you kidding me? You had 6 years to wake TF up. Many people resonated with my very deep video yesterday. For some people, it's gotten much worse. right? You got to watch that video if you haven't, unless so many people are resonating with that video. You see these things. You're able to see these things. Your third eye, your pineal gland, this is not stuff that's, it's just this. No, that's part of your life. And a lot of people there, that third eye is shut closed. That heart, right, for love, that it's absolutely shut closed. And what's happening is they're running off of programs. Because the TV, they're gonna go worship that. They're gonna worship the people on the TV. Tell me how to live my life on TV. I saw it on TV. It's gotta be real. Yes, that's fine. And sometimes we have to get triggered. Sometimes we got to get a big smack. All right. And I did this with the great shaking video. God gives us a great shaking. We've all had great shakings in our everyday life. And some people were stubborn in the ego. They edge God out of their life, and that's cool. You could do it. You could do it. And some people, they woke up in a post-2020. Some people started walking a different walk. Some people implemented changes, which I did in my everyday life. And there are people that they're just looping again. Just loop again. 2020 was a test. 2026 is for real. Elizabeth knows. I appreciate everyone being here. Yeah, that's true, Elizabeth. You got to know these things. You got to know them. You got to know them real sharp. So to understand what we're about to experience, I want to focus on a woman. Her name was Dolores Cannon. People that watch on a regular basis, you know Dolores Cannon. She's no longer alive, but everything that she spoke about this time literally reads like a book, and you see it all playing out. Okay. And one of the things that she said, right, about this period that we lived through, she said more people will pass away from fear of the plague than the plague itself. So she basically said that the fear of the plague would be the contributing factor of negative outcome. Negative outcome. Fear of the plague. More fear. So now we could see, how did people walk? How did people walk from 2020 to 2026? And now you have the outcome coming to the surface. Now it's coming to the surface now. So when you operated out of fear, you made decisions out of fear. And everyone can have, listen, these are things I see. All I do is observe things. I take the energy themes here, right? So just all I want you to do is just break that down. Break it down. Break it down. Okay? You're going to break it down. So in a post-2020 world, people went on a journey, and they went deeper and deeper. And some people went a little bit, and then they turned around. They said, "Oh, you know, maybe I'm gonna resonate with the love vibration." Okay, Kelly knows the answer. What's up, Kelly? We have a tremendous community here. Why don't you click subscribe? Daily videos, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Do you want to take back your everyday life? It's time to take it back. Verena knows the answer. Oh, when I make a joke and people get it, it makes my day. Don't go anywhere. A lot of people resonated with my Skeletor impression yesterday. Okay. But this was a whole ordeal that we had to go through, and we must go through it. It's the only way to learn about ourselves. And you must go through the process of individuation. Otherwise, you're just an NPC bot. And people don't like you. So what I have done, there are many models that are out there. I study all these models, and what I came to the conclusions as I'm going through everything, what is the actual best model of reality? And when you take a little bit of everything that's out there, you start to understand that at a deep level. But when you really kind of look at this as a game that we're operating out of, and we know that a main driving force of this game are the NPCs that are controlled by pendulums. And hi, are you there? Yeah, it's your Uncle Mike. Yeah, I'm talking right to you, right? You could hear me. You have a soul. How you doing? Yeah. They were trying to guide you to make trick you into a free will decision. Ooh, you're a creator. How you doing? Ooh, look at us. Ooh, we have hearts. Oh, look at that. Right? Yeah, and a lot of us, a lot of us that are on this chat today. So you went through a lot of persecution, right? So you're going to have these individuals, right? They're gonna gaslight you, right? They're gonna give you, it's called persecution implants. And what's a persecution implant? So they're gonna persecute you. They're gonna say you're a terrible person, and then you're gonna hold this emotion you have to understand the emotional codes that are inside the body. We gotta release them. We hold them in our body, and a lot of people, I've been teaching the world. When you say, well, how are people controlled? Well, you really want to focus on the reticular activating system, or the RAS in the brain. There's actual science behind this. So if you're tuned into this podcast and you're saying, well, I don't know, The Matrix was a movie. No, it's actually a documentary. And, maybe there's not an actual wire that's going in, but when you are programmed in the brain, there are people walking this earth. They only can operate out of fear. And people that are on this, maybe you're a light worker. Oh, the light workers are here. Oh, it's good to see you. Thank God. And you're a light worker, and you said, oh, I'm coming to earth. I'm coming to earth, right? Smash the like button if you're a light worker. Oh. Well, there's a lot of fear, and light workers knew that this was a fear-based society. It's the operating program. And now when this whole thing, that's why there's a lot of quantum chaos that's been going on. Have you witnessed a lot of weird stuff happen in a post-2020 world? Oh yeah. So what's happening is the basis of the system. We're leaving a fear-based system. We're going to a love-backed system. Right? Some people are talking about the currencies that are changing, right? Again, only concerned with this, but what's the actual energy? So we're leaving the fear-based and backed system, and we're going to the love-backed system, right? Let's get those hearts going. Put a heart on this video. Put a like on this video. Keep getting the loves going, right? So we got to get out of the narcissism. We got to get out of the, disrespecting people for having a authentic original thought or idea. Maybe you're on this podcast today and you say, yeah, the people around the water cooler, right? The NPCs in the gym locker room, they told me how to think and act and do these things, right? But you have your own, the chat's blowing up right now. Oh, appreciate it, right? You got to start thinking for yourself. We all had 6 years to figure this out, ladies and gentlemen. We don't have time for people that aren't going to make it anymore, right? You watch that video if you haven't yet. That's the message that God gives us, because we have to. So why is this, Uncle Mike? Because you are still in that mindset of you're in the practice, you're in the test. We have to go. And earlier this year, I delivered the message. And what was the message? And I told you, God says the training wheels come off now, and you actually do. Do you remember that video? What we need in this world are leaders that actually know what the heck they're doing. Do you resonate with that? Right? This is where we have to be. When I put stuff out into the universe, it's not work, it's actually called a vocation. It's very important to me what I'm doing here, right? I don't just do willy-nilly stuff. I could get the clicks and do, You got to get out of the way now. You got to get out of the way now, right? Tell them, right? Get out of the way. You're just in the way right now. You're just in the way. We got to get out of the way, and we have to have real solutions, right? For the real situations in our everyday life. That's where we are right now. I appreciate that, Gretchen. Yeah, they have to get out of the way. And you're feeling this. The training wheels are off this year. So what was a test, God tests us. It's okay. And I could sit here today as a person that went through the process of individuation. I say thank you with gratitude, because I wanted to become the best version of myself. So I rose to the occasion in a post-2020 world. Did I do it kicking and screaming? Absolutely, I did. Yeah. What? I appreciate that, Chris Mason 777. No, I did it kicking and screaming. I keep it at 100. That's why people love this channel. Okay, click subscribe. What do I have to do this for? Right? But at the end of the day, you got to keep going. And it's actually an opportunity is presented right before your very eyes, and you're going to have to bulldoze. The obstacle is the way. Superheroes needed to rise. Some people decided to loop again. What are we actually experiencing? What is this world? And I'm sitting back and I'm watching, and I went on a journey, and I saw something during this process. I forget what it might have been 21, but it was a time period. I was in New York, and I was pumping the bike. Right, there was a time period I was riding the bike every day, and I was riding my bike on. It's called the Belt Parkway, right? But I'm not in the car. That's where the cars drive. There was on the side, there's a place for bicycles or for people that walk. And, like it kind of goes up in the air, almost like a bridge. And it's south of Manhattan, New York City. I'm pumping the bike. And I'm looking at you're looking at the pavement. And all of a sudden, I'm going up, and I'm getting to a place. I see this very big. Someone made a design on the floor, tremendous, with chalk, and it was all on the floor. It was big, and I stopped the bike because I said it was like. This wasn't like sometimes you see kids like this was like an artistic. Massive, I don't know how big it could have been, maybe over 10 feet I stopped the bike and I look at it, and then it's pointing towards, you could see all the buildings of Manhattan. And I looked at this, it had to be an artist, and it was chalk on the floor. And it just had these two words and these arrows pointing towards Manhattan. And it said, useless eaters. And I stood there and I looked at this chalk on the floor, and someone spent a lot of time making this design on the floor. And it said useless eaters and arrows pointing to, and then if you look, you just saw Manhattan. It was a very interesting moment in my life. Fit Brit, thank you so much for the super chat, 1111. Love you, Michael. So grateful for you and this beautiful community. You have changed my life in so many beautiful ways. Forever grateful. We don't understand, really at first glance, we're in this matrix reality. What is it? What are we in? Where are we? And we are designed, as Carl Jung said, we are designed to go through individuation. We are not supposed to be at that level for the rest of our life, and it's designed this way. Think about playing a video game. Some people are still on the same level that they were in 2020. Same level. We have a buddy. He's on the same, he can't hear us. There's nothing. That's the ego, right? It's the ego. It doesn't want to hear us, right? I have a fellow brothers that they're all into new things. They're exploring, they're expanding their consciousness, learning new things, right? Like being better in their life. And I was texting my friend last night, and, and we're like, nothing, things are happening, say, behind the scenes, which is the subconscious, but nothing just happens to stop this all. And we're texting back and forth. And, as divine masculine, going through this, and this has really been, tremendous spiritual warfare that we've been through. And we had to be warriors. And I had to do a lot of this stuff myself. We're texting back and forth. And the conclusion was, if we didn't keep going, we wouldn't be at the place where we are right now. We had to keep going. You must keep going. You must keep going. No matter what. Otherwise, you're going to get stuck with it. Otherwise, you're going to get trapped with it. And people, they fall for, this is what the masses are saying. The masses are telling, and they're going to gaslight you. And God forbid you have an original thought. And I went through a lot of this. People have watched me do this for over 7 years, and I'm still going. It didn't matter. If God is for you, who could be against you? It didn't matter. And to see, it's just a cognitive dissonance of having an original thought. And we are to respect that. That's when we go through the process of individuation. I don't expect everyone to 100% have the same thoughts. It's actually the law of 80-20. Like maybe if you're a person that's here, you will resonate. If you're showing up every day, right? You'll resonate with over 80% of what I'm putting out there. And then there's the 20% that you're going to question. And that's the natural laws of the universe. It's called Pareto's principle. It's not we're all, you must believe the same thing. You ever see him out there? You have to see. 2020 was a test. 2026, it's time to shine. That's where we are. And there are people, it's just divine timing, Kathy. It's just divine timing. I love you, Kathy. I love you. It's about individuation. We actually went through a quantum shift. So I discuss quantum shifting timelines. I had actually experiences prior to 2020 that, God gives you these little supernatural experiences, and then you see more and more. So quantum shifting timelines is a real thing. And if you are paying attention, which some people don't, and if you say, do you have a starter pack for me? Oh, I do, Light Warriors. I have a starter pack for anyone that maybe you're hearing me for the first time. It's called the Mandela Effect. Yeah, get in there. I got a couple of videos on the channel page. Let me know if we want a full video of an updated Mandela Effect list. We got to get an updated one, okay? So once because you in your personal life now, so we have major things that like the majority of the collective, you see these Mandela effects. And there are people that will be affected more according to where you are in life, right? I know there's younger folk that there's certain things, but there'll be new Mandela effects for people that, are going through this process right now. Oh, because it was always a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Yeah. For everyone. But something changed. And when you start to notice these little glitches in reality, that you realize that you're quantum shifting. You will see this in your everyday life, your frequency. Once you raise your frequency, this is an important video today. Smash that like button because I know someone's going to have to hear this in 2026 because 2026 is for real. Now, I know some people, they don't like it because people don't want to take ownership. There are actions and behaviors that we do. It's just called responsibility. Ooh, responsibility. Ooh, I don't like. It's just part of the society. That's just part of the world. It's the modern world. But once you change your frequency, you're switching your mode. You're switching your mode from NPC mode. It's actually a traumatic thing that happens. I lived it. Me too. I have videos on the channel page. You'll find some of these videos in the manifestation playlist. Like some people hear the word manifestation. Oh, what's so beautiful? No, your whole life has to be stripped apart because it has to come from the frequency. See, the frequency of who I am today is not who I was 2020. Do you understand that? So doing this journey, and I learned through, and I went through, refer to my video, 2021, 2023, 2025. The video's waiting for you. If you're hearing me for the first time, you say, you know what? Yeah, I had maybe 2021 was for everyone. Wow, 2021. What a year that was. Remember those things? Remember all that stuff? Then in 2023. And that was more for like the public eye, your work and thing. And 2025 was for your heart, your soul, right? And that was hard. It was different feeling because these frequencies on the inside, it is a frequency. It is the subconscious. It must change. And anyone that's hearing me, this doesn't go away. When it's the subcon, it's more important than the physical things that you do in your life. It's more important. Staticum, thank you so much for the super chat. You're giving the reasoning for what I am thinking. It's my honor. I really appreciate that comment. I'm doing my job. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we have a tremendous channel here, community. Am I speaking the stuff that you're actually thinking and I'm giving you words for it? Smash the like button. I appreciate that. You know, people, they'll go for the low-hanging fruit. It's part of the world. Everyday vocation, Ronnie, every day. Has to be embodiment of. Has to be embodiment of. And if you have a certain frequency about you, negative things, they don't touch you no more. It's a literal thing that happens. I try to assist people. Some people don't. Again, they're good people. Hello. I'm not like being. I know because you go out into this is what these spiritual people tell you and blah, 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 right? Like there are people that have these certain concepts. Why don't you talk about this? And no, because it does come from your free. And I lived through this. That's why you have to be very careful. There is a concept called dimensional bleeding. So if you have people that are in your head, it can, like a gravity tractor, right? Like a gravity tractor, it's pulling you off the highest timeline, going off the high, and it's pulling you off. Ooh, come down here with us. Ooh, we are Legion. Ooh. Where are the clowns? No. None of this affects us. None of it. And this is where the hermetic principle of rhythm comes into play. Maybe over the past few years, you were slandered, you were gaslit. But now you rise as the king of kings, the queen of queens. It's the hermetic principle of rhythm. And God is going to knock you down, as God made my life really tough. Thank you. Made my life real, because you have to feel it. Because if you're going to have that leadership, if you're going to have the highest high, you have to experience it. And the only way you could, like, I experienced so many fake people going through this process. They're so fake, Light Warriors. Did you see it as well? I don't have time for fake no more. I don't have a second for fake. And you don't have a second for fake. It's true, Taylor. Hi. I speak about the truthful ascension journey, not the cookie cutter stuff you see on the internet. Okay? Click subscribe. This is the journey. So to get to 2026, which is real, we were tested 2020. Are you seeing the truth? Are you going to go through the process of individuation? This is what we actually went through. And some people said, ooh, I don't like that. I'll put the TV on. Yeah, Diane writes, subscribe and share today. I appreciate that, Diane. I appreciate everyone today. Because this is the information that we need. 2020 was a test. 2026 is for real. And sometimes things needed to be birthed. You know, there might have been something that was, you know, it never got birthed into, like, people were talking about it in 2020. A lot of people were talking about it. And I'm just using this as an example. Like, let's say there's a coin out there. Oh, nothing ever happened, right? But sometimes things have to happen in the subconscious for it to then, at a late, good things could happen as well. Good things, bad things, whatever it is. Everyone's going to have, I'm sorry to say, for those that get triggered, but it is what it is. It is what it is. It's the perception of this year. Some people are going to have a different perception of it. Latch Gas, thank you so much for the super chat. Latch Gas, I hope I'm saying it right. I love you. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood. Ephesians 6 verses 12. I love you. You have to understand, when you hear that struggle, it's not about people. It's about the subconscious programs. It's about these frequencies. This is a matrix. This is the Maya. You have to think differently. And when your head hits the pillow at night, see, I have to make sure that's my top priority. I got to sleep well. And you sleep well by speaking the truth, and your voice won't shake anymore. I got to speak the truth. I got to do the work of God. I don't care about, look at these trolls over, look at these clowns over here. Look at these NPCs. Look at these Hylics. Nah, son. That's where you go. You go to the, you don't care about the, look at this celebrity told me how to live my life. Oh, did you wake up? Hello? See, certain things, and this is where, you know, I know there's a lot of the love and lighters and everything out there, and people that want to take responsibility. If you're still living the same way in 2020, that I can't help you, kid. Do you understand how this works? Sharon knows the answer. WTFU. So this is a very powerful time period. It's a powerful month. All right. If you would like to know more about the energies for the month and the community as a whole, we talked about it on Patreon. The link is in the description. If you'd like to see that video, we went about 2 hours. If you missed yesterday's video, okay, it's going to pop up on the screen here. I would suggest to anyone that did not watch that video, because people are going to keep questioning, where is this coming from? What is the stark? I broke it down into a fine powder yesterday. A lot of people are resonating with the other video on the quickening. It's exploding right now. You have to look for is time. I think time is acting differently. You have an epiphany. You have to see these things for you. I can't tell you these things, right? Like some people on the internet, they're not going to tell. Let me be the one to tell you. You have to see it for yourself. That's why these are our everyday lives. You're going to have to see it for yourself. You will go through the process of individuation, whether you like it or not. Maybe you made it through this video. You were getting triggered all the way through this video. Oh, don't worry about it, kid, right? And I have people. They literally write in the comment, you triggered me last year, but I'm here. I understand my job. And that's why I appreciate the love and support, because it's not an easy job that I have. It's not an easy job, okay? So this is where we are in the life. Check out the videos. Leave a comment down below, all right? It was a truthful message, right, Heidi? Watch yesterday's video, because you have to see the bigger picture. And once you see the bigger picture, you could never, that's what people aren't grasping. Oh, but what? No. You can't have fake people in your life no more. Oh, because it's like that's that quote unquote selling your soul. I told you, I didn't stutter. A lot of people resonated with that. I told you, this is the war for your soul, right? But it's not a literal thing, right? Like you got to go out there, right? Oh, no. Are you going to be true to yourself? What is this called? It's called the process of individuation. So if you love the ascension journey, if you love psychology, if you love quantum shifting, if you truthfully want to manifest, because we're doing it for real right now. We're doing it for real. Click subscribe today. You're going to be right. You're going to be just fine, kid. You're going to be just fine. And realize that we were given an opportunity. 2020 was just a test. 2026 is for real. And as I've been sharing, this was all about not just a little bit. It's an identity shift. It is an identity shift. To go through the identity shift, you might have had to lose friends in the past few. You could raise your hand. And who is authentic, it will always come back. Maybe your fake relationship had to fall apart. These are all the things that we discuss on this channel daily. That is the quantum shift. So quantum shifting, it's not just a wackadoo thing. This is real stuff. It's always happening. And this channel is going to make you go through this positive transfer. It's a positive transformation. Like there's people going through transformations right now. A lot of you know this. You write about it on Facebook. Hit me up on Facebook. Our Facebook is growing like never before. All right. We have Facebook. We got TikTok. We got Patreon. Utilize the hashtag OurEverydayLives, right? I appreciate the community support. Keep hitting that like button today. Look at it, it's exploding. I appreciate it. Harley Ray Crystal Shop, thank you so much. Ascension Day. This literally is Ascension Day, Harley Ray. I love you so much, Harley Ray. Right? Tremendous organic sage. When in doubt, sage it out. Clean your home. Clean your home. It's true. Clean your home, kid. It's not easy letting go of things that cannot come with you. Nothing fake can come with you. And that's why your old life, your old identity was shredded. It was smashed to smithereens. My mother used to say that, smithereens. Was your life smashed to smithereens since 2020? It was a divine purpose. So I love you all. Know that 2020 was the test. 2026 is for real. Powerful podcast today. A lot of information jam-packed. Rewatch if you just came in. A lot of stuff here for you to unpack. Sonia, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for waking up the masses. It's my honor, Sonia, and I'm so grateful for you and everyone that does the like and the sharing. That also assists me on this very powerful journey of waking up the masses. And I'm also here to tell you, it is free will. Some people don't want to wake up. You got to leave them. I'm sorry. Learn it, live it, and love it. Love it. Love it. Okay? Check out the very deep videos we have here. Pinned comment. I am the defender of our everyday lives. No matter what comes your way, light warriors, just keep going. I love you guys so much. Thank you all so much. Very powerful episode today. Share it forward. Bye for now.